Diddy's son Justin Combs' brush with the law is shaking up more than just paparazzi feeds. It's a scandal with twists that could end up turning his famous father into the FBI.
On top of that, we're talking about additional charges, additional defendants. Those are probably two of the more likely. And Christian, of course, is the subject of a civil lawsuit where there was a sexual assault allegation naming him directly. So I think if we're going to cast a bit of a wider net, we're talking about family members, other celebrities, maybe some employees like Christian Forum, but I think the most likely would be those two.
Why do you think it's the most likely about those two? Just because of the reportings, the allegations against him? What do you think?
I think so. I think obviously they're just civil allegations and those cases are going to be put on hold while the criminal case plays out. But, there is some smoke there, and obviously there's presumption of innocence and there's a lower standard in a civil case, but you have someone who's been named directly as someone who participated in a sexual assault, and everything else has been rumors and speculation, but here you at least have one verified complaint.
And what's interesting about this situation? It's the sexual assault civil allegation filed by Grace Omar K. This is against Christian Combs, as you're referring to it. And Diddy is a co-defendant in this case because she says he facilitated it. It was on a yacht that he had rented. But it was Christian, the one who allegedly sexually assaulted her. So how does all of that relate? The fact that we have Diddy, who's also part of this, but it's mostly on Christian in this instance?
Imagine a high-flying family empire suddenly rocked by fraud, DUI, and a string of legal mishaps, leaving viewers wondering, could the next move be Diddy's own downfall? News helicopters circled Diddy's sprawling mansion this spring as law enforcement executed a dramatic raid, catching the public's attention. While Sean Diddy Combs himself was nowhere in sight on that fateful March 25th day, two of his sons were briefly detained, handcuffed, and then released as if caught in a scene from a high-stakes thriller.
What are you talking about? When they found 24 hours, he was gonna blow his brains up. Do you understand it? Oh, it was nothing. This is big. No, this is archive. This is going on. That's cool. Listen, Carl, that's cool. He said, they don't respect your call, man. Okay, you're not. You wrong. That's what's pulling this call. Nigga said you're not from the block, man. Yeah. Where you from? I'm from Mount Vernon. Okay? And what's up? What's up? I'm shaking. You're talking way too much. This is way too much. Shut up, bro. That's it. Oh.
Well, it's significant because anytime that they have the opportunity to continue to remind the public of the malfeasance of Diddy, of Diddy's son, of anything related to sexually inappropriate behavior, sexual assault, it helps. It helps the government continue to, lay out the narrative of how bad Diddy was, how bad Diddy's son was. So I think it's consistent with, what they've been doing, putting it out there and really destroying his character. I'm not saying that he didn't do anything to deserve it. I'm saying it's consistent with what they're doing, whether it's the government or the lawyers that are suing him civilly.
This is not the first time the Combs family has been in the spotlight for legal troubles. Last year, Justin was arrested in Los Angeles for driving under the influence, an incident that ended with him dodging jail time thanks to a well-negotiated deal. But now questions are swirling like storm clouds. Is Justin's latest run-in with the law just the tip of an iceberg that might eventually bring his father to his knees?
Justin Combs was arrested for DUI on Sunday morning near Beverly Hills.
No juice.
29-year-old was pulled over by police after running how are you drunk at 9 in the morning? After running a red light after a preliminary investigation, was cuffed on suspicion of driving under the influence. While further detail remains scarce, Justin was booked on a misdemeanor and DUI charge with the bond was set at $5,000. After news of his arrest at the headline, Justin Combs' mother, Misa Hilton, took to her Instagram stories to fire off a series of angry messages aimed at me. I'm not protecting no one anymore, just my son. She began to state that the fish dropped from the head down means that in addition to being a major contributing failure factor in a family or organization's success, leadership is also the root because of this failure and demise. The truth I'll set you free. Act bad, she added, referencing Puff's latest single with City Girls and Fabulous Act Bad Boy. I used to want to be a bad girl. I chose to be a clean, tried and true. I'm not perfect, but I am intentional. I should have kept my child with me. UCLA too. Oh, she's bugging. She added, everybody can get it. How you go from one of the greatest to ever do it to making money to making all of your money off alcohol and suing the damn alcohol company. Sell something healthy that builds people up. I'm sick of these minds. Everyone has to sit around for years and act like there is nothing wrong with you. Hilton concluded her rant. This where the buck stops for me. If anything ever happens to my son, God forbid, what is anyone going to say to me when we all know whose fault it is?
Reports are coming out that her daddy's oldest son, y'all, was arrested today, y'all, on DUI charges. This is what they're saying, y'all. It's a lot of people getting arrested for DUIs at the same time, y'all. So Diddy's eldest son, Justin Combs, was arrested for DUI charge this weekend in LA. This is what sources was reporting, media outlets. Law enforcement sources tell us Justin was arrested Sunday morning near Beverly Hills after a cop saw a vehicle run a red light. And this occurred around 8 a.m. And the incident was also, shot by an eyewitness. So they recorded it, y'all. They recorded it. In pictures obtained by TMZ and, media outlets, you can see Justin interacting with the officer. So they put him in handcuffs and stuff, and he was arrested, y'all. We're told the officer initiated a traffic stop where Justin was found to be the driver. After a preliminary investigation, sources are telling us that the cop felt there was enough proper cause to handcuff him and haul him to jail on suspicion of driving under the influence, y'all.
Behind the flashy headlines, there's a complex web of lawsuits and allegations that have intertwined the fate of Diddy and his children. Diddy, the billionaire rapper and music producer, has long dominated the entertainment world. Yet his empire now appears to be crumbling under accusations of sexual assault, abuse, and even human trafficking. And while these lawsuits focus largely on the actions of Diddy himself, his sons have not been entirely unscathed by the legal fallout. Sean Diddy Combs' legal troubles continue. The disgraced music mogul has been hit with a third superseding indictment filed by federal prosecutors in New York on April 3, adding 2 counts to his pre-existing charges. Well, Combs was charged with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, as well as transportation to engage in prostitution back in September, which he's previously denied and pled not guilty to. The new indictment obtained by NBC News adds 1 count of sex trafficking and 1 count of prostitution to his charges. The new counts of sex trafficking and transportation to engage in prostitution expand upon the years of the alleged events, including allegations from 2021 and 2024. In reference to the additional sexing count, the new indictment refers to an unnamed person, Victim 2, and claims Combs attempted to aid and abet and willfully caused Victim 2 to engage in commercial sex acts as a result of force, fraud, and coercion. The indictment later adds in the new count of transportation to engage in prostitution, which combines willfully caused the transportation of multiple individuals, including but not limited to Victim 2 and commercial sex workers, in interstate and foreign commerce on multiple occasions with the intent that they engage in prostitution. Combs is currently in jail and awaiting the start of his trial in May. In a statement to E! News, the rapper's legal team says of the superseding indictment, "These are not new accusers. These are the same individuals, former long-term girlfriends involved in consensual relationships. This was their private sex life, defined by consent, not coercion.
In federal court about Diddy and the alleged freak-off that went down in Miami in April 2015. So exactly 10 years ago. They say this was a party for Diddy's son, King Combs, but all the names involved here are huge. Talking Beyonce, Jay-Z, LeBron James. Now, all of those people are just witnesses, according to this lawsuit.
And strangely enough, Gloria Estefan. The rhythm is going to get you, Gloria Estefan.
Yes.
And her husband, Emilio.
Yes. And now, again, all witnesses. Emilio is actually a defendant in this lawsuit, along with Diddy. But here is the story. It's told by a man named Joseph Manzaro in this lawsuit that we obtained this morning. He says that he showed up at this party, or woke up at this party, and didn't understand how he got there. And insinuating clearly that he'd been drugged, but woke up and at one point saw Gloria Estefan and Emilio Estefan, and Gloria is saying, "Hey, we need to get him medical help because he's too drugged up.
Get an ambulance, get him out of here."
And according to Manzaro, Emilio steps in and says, "No, we're not doing that," and shoves Gloria out of the way, and then they take this guy through a tunnel from the Estefan's house to Diddy's home. Now, this is on Star Island in Miami. They do actually live near each other. So that part of it is, that's a fact that anybody can find. But what happened once he got into this party at Diddy's house is outrageous. And I know we're supposed to take every lawsuit seriously because we don't know, we weren't there. The Gloria Estefan part.
Justins can avoid resulting in jail time. The evidence against him was undeniable. Innes explains, but with the right arguments and seasoned defense, even a seemingly straightforward case can end with just probation instead of incarceration. This perspective leaves us wondering if Justin can negotiate a lighter sentence. Could Diddy's extensive legal team use similar tactics to stave off the mounting charges that now threaten his freedom and reputation? Can you, because you have that in language? And again, I'm not saying this is highly likely, but it's a possibility. The government's saying that did he victim 1, 2, and 3? Well, for some reason, the jurors think that if he did, he would extract 3 but not 2. You're going to get a not guilty on that count. So they separated it out, really adding an abundance of caution. So as we follow this riveting narrative, one thing is clear: every twist and turn in the Combs saga is interlinked. As viewers, we are left with thought-provoking questions. Is Justin's arrest the final domino that could bring down the Combs empire? Could this be the hidden twist that exposes a sprawling fraud scheme and forces Diddy's hand? Or is it just another desperate maneuver in a high-stakes game of survival? If you want to stay ahead of every shocking development, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe and turn on notifications.